Shri Gurubhyo Namaha children. Welcome to Online Teaching Academy Ekalaiva. Standard 10 Arithmetic Progressions. Let me continue with exercise 5.2 11th question. What is the 11th question? Which term of the AP 3, 15, 27, 39 will be 132 more than its 54th term? Which term of the AP? They have given the AP. The AP is 3, 15, 27, 39 etc. So, which term of this AP will be 132 more than its 54th term? So, whenever an AP is given, first write what is the first term and the common difference. So, what is A here? The first term is 3. What is common difference D? A2 minus A1, that is 15 minus 3, 12. And what is that they are asking you to find? Which term of the AP? So, which term we don't know. So, let us take it as nth term. Which term of the AP AN will be 132 more than its 54th term. So, let us change this sentence into an equation now. So, which term of the AP we don't know. So, that nth term will be is equal to 132 more than plus its 54th term. What is 54th term? A54. So, what did I do now? Which term of the AP? We don't know which term. So, I have taken the nth term will be, so is equal to 132 more than. So, 132 plus its 54th term. 54th term I can write it as A54. How do you write nth term? It is A plus n minus 1 into D. That is equal to 132 plus. How do you write A54? A plus 53D. So, A and A on either side gets cancelled. We have to find n. So, n minus 1 into what is D here? 12 is equal to 132 plus 53 into what is D again? 12. So, n minus 1 into 12 is equal to 132 plus what is 53 into 12? Let us multiply 53 into 12. 12 3s are 36, 3, 12 5s are 60, 60 plus 3, 63. So, 636. So, n minus 1 into 12 is equal to 132 plus 6 plus 636. So, if I add, what will I get? I get 768. So, n minus 1 is equal to 768. 12 is in multiplication. When it comes this side, it becomes division. So, n minus 1 is equal to, when I divide 768 by 12, 12 6 are 72, 4 remainder, 12 4s are 48. So, n minus 1 is equal to 64. From this n is equal to 64, minus 1 comes this plus 1. So, n is equal to 65. So, what is n? 65. So, which term of the AP will be 132 more than its 54th term? 65th term. So, that n is nothing but the 65. So, 65th term will be 132 more than its 54th term. So, 65th term will be 132 more than its 54th term. Is it clear, children? Let us see the 12th question. Two APs have the same common difference. So, there are two APs which have the same common difference. What is the common difference? D. The difference between their 100th terms is 100. The difference between their 100th term is 100. What is the difference between their 1000th terms? So, what is given? Two APs are given. In that they have the same. So, two APs we have to take. So, two APs have the same common difference. So, the common difference is same in both the APs. The difference between the 100th terms is 100. What is the difference between the 1000th term? So, let us take the APs as, let the APs be, let us take one of the AP as A1, A2, A3 etc. and let us take another AP as B1, B2, B3 etc. So, let the APs be A1, A2, A3 etc. that is one of the AP, and another AP as B1, B2, B3 etc. What is that they have given? They have the same common difference. So, D is same. D is same for both the APs. D is same for both the APs. Why did I write like this? Because two APs have the same common difference. So, D is same for both the APs. The difference between the 100th terms is 100. So, first term is A1, second term is A2, third term is A3. What will be its 100th term? A100. Difference, so minus. Here B1 is the first term, B2 is the second term, B3 is the third term. So what will be its 100th term? B100. So the difference between the 100th term, that is A100 minus B100, is given as how much? 100. How do you write A100? A plus 99D. Because you know an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, 1 less than the n. So here also 100 means 99d. So a plus 99d minus of what is b100? It is b plus 99d. Why I use the same d? Because d is same for both the APs, that is equal to 100. So it is a plus 99d minus b, minus I multiply inside, so minus b minus 99d is equal to 100. Plus 99d minus 99d gets cancelled. So a minus b is equal to 100. So what is that I got? A minus b is equal to 100, which means the difference between the first term is 100. Okay. Now we have to find what is the difference between the 1000th term. What is the difference between the 1000th term? So let us find the difference between the 1000th term. So what will be its 1000th term? A1000 minus B1000. Why we do minus? Because difference. We need to find the difference between the 1000th term. So A1000 minus B1000 is equal to, how do you write A1000? A plus 999D minus, what is B1000? It is nothing but B plus 999D. So that is equal to A plus 999D. When I remove the bracket minus B, it becomes minus 999D. Here again plus 999D minus 900D gets cancelled. So what is remaining here? A minus B. What is A minus B as per equation number 1? It is equal to 100 from equation number 1. So A minus B is, that is A1000 minus B1000 is nothing but A minus B. That A minus B we found it as 100. So I have substituted that value from equation number 1. So what is the difference between the 1000th term? It is also 100. So the difference between there, the answer is the difference between their 1000th terms is also 100. So the difference between their first term is also 100, 100th term is also 100, and the difference between the 1000th terms is also 100. Let me continue with the 13th question. How many 3-digit numbers are divisible by 7? How many 3-digit numbers are divisible by 7? So first let us write what are the 3-digit numbers. The 3-digit numbers are, it starts from 100, right? So 100, 101, 102, etc. up to 999. So the 3-digit number starts from 100 to 999. In that, how many 3-digit numbers are divisible by 7? So when you see 100 is not divisible by 7. 100 is not divisible by 7 because 7 ones are 7. 7 4s are 28, you get 2 as the remainder. 101 also doesn't get. So 102, when you keep trying like this, 105 is divisible by 7. 105 is divisible by 7 because 7 ones are 7, 3 remainder, 7 5s are 35. So you get the remainder as 0. So 105 is divisible by 7. 105 is divisible by 7. So 105, then it is these numbers are divisible by 7. So the difference between the numbers will be 7 always. So when it is 105, the next will be 112 and the next will be 119. I keep adding 7. 105 plus 7 is 112. 112 plus 7 is 119, like that. It goes on. And 999. Let me try whether 999 is divisible by 7. 7 ones are 7. 7 4s are 28. And again 7 2s are 14. I get 5 remainder. So I get 5 remainder. So 999 is not divisible because I get remainder 5. 999 is not divisible by 7 because I get the remainder as 5. So I just subtract 999 minus 5, that is 994. Now 994 will be divisible by 7. 7 ones are 7, 7 4s are 28, 7 2s are 14 and the remainder is 0. So the last the 3-digit number divisible by 7 is 994. So the AP, the required AP is How many 3-digit numbers are divisible by 7 means these are the 3-digit numbers which are divisible by 7. So, the AP, required AP is 105, 112, 119 etc. up to 994. Now, how many 3-digit numbers are divisible by 7? Which means we have to find n. How to find n? There is a formula, n is equal to L minus A by D plus 1. From the AP, what is A? 105. What is D? 112 minus 105, that is equal to 7. And what is L? 994. So, let me substitute those values in the formula. N is equal to L minus A by D plus 1. So, what is L here? 994 minus what is A? 105 by what is D? 7 plus 1. When I subtract 994 minus 105, I get 889. I get 889 by 7 plus 1. So, 889 if I divide by 7, 7 ones are 7, 1 remainder, 7 twos are 14, 7 sevens are. So, what do I get? 889 by 7 is 127 plus 1. So, 127 plus 1 is 128. Okay. So, this normally you do all this in a rough column, right. So, now what is the answer? How many 3-digit numbers are divisible by 7? 128. 128 3-digit numbers are divisible by 7. 128 3-digit numbers are divisible by 7. Is it clear, children? So, let us see the next question. How many multiples of 4 lie between 10 and 250? So, what are the numbers given? 10, 11, 12 etc. up to 250. In this, how many multiples of 4 lie between 10 and 250? You know, 10 is not divisible by 4, 11, 12 is divisible by 4. So, the AP is starts from 12, then 16, 20 etc. up to 250 is not divisible by 4, right? 4 6 are 24, 4 2 is 8, 2 remainder. So, 248. When I try that, 4 6 are 24, 4 2 are. So, remainder is 0. So, the last number is 248. So, the last number is 248. So, the AP is 12, 16, 20 etc. up to 248. This is the required AP which are divisible by 4 between 10 and 250. Okay. Now, what is A here? 12. What is D? 16 minus 12, that is equal to 4. What is L? 248. So, how many multiples of 4 lie between 10 and 250? So, again here you have to, what you have to find? N. What is N? L minus A by D plus 1. So, what is L here? 248 minus 12 by 4 plus 1. So, when you subtract this, you get 236 by 4 plus 1. When I divide 236 by 4, what do I get? 4 5s are 20, 4 9s are 36. So, it is 59 plus 1. So, that is equal to 60. So, how many multiples of 4 lie between 10 and 250? 60 multiples of 4. 60 multiples of 4 lie between 10 and 250. 60 multiples of 4 lie between 10 and 250. See the next one. For what value of n are the nth terms of two APs 63, 65, 67 etc. and 3, 10, 17 etc. equal? So, you have to find the value of n. For what value of n are the nth term of the two APs? So, AP they have given two APs. The APs are 63, 65, 67 etc. and another AP is 3, 10, 17 etc. Okay. For some value of n, the nth term of both the APs are equal. So, what is that n we have to find? What is that n we have to find? What is n? Okay. So, from this AP, what is A? In 63, 65, 67 AP etc. What is A? 63. What is D? 65 minus 63, that is equal to 2. When you take this AP, what is A here? I do not want to use the same A here. I can use either capital A to differentiate. So, capital A is 3 and I use capital D for the common difference, that is 10 minus 3 is equal to 7. Okay. But what did they say? For what value of n? The nth term of both the APs are equal. Nth term of both the APs are equal, which means given as per the question, an is equal to capital An, that is nth term of this AP and nth term of the second AP are equal. So, how do you write this An? A plus n minus 1 into D. How do you write this one? A plus n minus 1 into capital D. Okay. I hope you understand this. The nth term of both the APs are equal, which means A1, A2, A3. So, nth term will be An here. Here I use capital, suppose I say here A1, A2, A3, then nth term will be An. Suppose here I use capital A1, capital A2, A3, then nth term will be capital An. So, An is nothing but A plus n minus 1 into D. Capital An I wrote as capital A plus n minus 1 into capital D. What is small a here? 63 plus n only we have to find. N minus 1 into what is D? 2 is equal to what is capital A? 3 plus n minus 1 into what is D? 7. 63. I multiply this, 2 into n is 2n minus 2 is equal to 3 plus n into 7 is 7n minus 7. What is 63 minus 2? 61 plus 2n is equal to what is 3 minus 7? Minus 4 plus 7n. Take n to one side and constant to the other side. So, 61 minus 4 comes this side, it is become plus 4, that is equal to 7n plus 2n goes that side minus 2n. What is 61 plus 4? 65 is equal to what is 7n minus 2n? 7 minus 2 is 5. So, 5n. From this 65 by 5 is equal to n. 65 by 5 is equal to n. So, what is 65 divided by 5? What is 65 divided by 5? When you divide 65 by 5, what do you get? 5 ones are 5, 5 threes are. So, n is equal to 65 by 5, that is nothing but 13. So, what is which term of the APs are equal? 13th term, n is 13. So, 13th term of both the APs are equal. 13th term of both the APs are equal. Is it clear? Look at this. Determine the AP whose third term is 16 and the seventh term exceeds the fifth term by 12. You have to find the AP. Determine the AP whose third term is 16. How do you write third term? A3 is given 16 and seventh term exceeds the fifth term by 12. So, how do you write seventh term exceeds the fifth term by 12? Seventh term A7 exceeds the fifth term by 12, that is equal to A5 plus 12. Seventh term exceeds the fifth term by 12. So, with fifth term if you add 12 you get the seventh term. So, how do you write A3? You can write A3 as A plus 2D, that is equal to 16. So, here how do you write A7? A plus 6D is equal to, how do you write A5? A plus 4D plus 12. So, A gets cancelled. So, 6D plus 4D comes this side, minus 4D is equal to 12. What is 6D minus 4D? 2D is equal to 12. So, from this D is equal to 12 by 2. So, D is equal to 6. Okay, I will mark this equation A plus 2D is equal to 16 as equation number 1. Now, I am going to substitute the value of D is equal to 6 in the equation number 1. Okay, what is the first equation? A plus 2D is equal to 16. So, A plus 2 into D is 6 is equal to 16. So, A plus 2 6 are 12 is equal to 16. From this A is equal to 16 plus 12 comes this side minus 12. So, A is equal to 4. So, what is the value of A? 4. What is the value of D? 6. So, you know A and D, you can form the AP now. So, how to form the AP? The AP is nothing but, you know, the AP can be written as, what is the general form of the AP? The AP is A plus D, A plus 2D, etc. So, in the place of A I substitute 4, the next one is 4 plus 6, next one is 4 plus 2 into 6, etc. So, it is equal to 4 comma, what is 4 plus 6? 10 comma 2 6 are 12 plus 4 16. So, what is the AP? The AP is 4, 10, 16, etc. Is it clear, children? So, third term is given and seventh term exceeds the fifth term by 12. So, from that we found the value of D, then substituted it in the equation number 1 and we found the value of A as 4, and we use the general form of the AP, that is A plus D, A plus 2D. When we substitute the value of A and D, we get the AP as 4, 10, 16, etc. Look at the 17th question. Find the 20th term from the last term of the AP. They didn't ask the 20th term of the AP. They asked the 20th term from the last term of the AP, and AP is given. So, what is the AP? 3, 8, 13, etc. up to 253. So, what is A here? 3. What is D? 8 minus 3, that is equal to 5. What is L? 253. That is a formula for finding the nth term from the last term of the AP. What is the formula? Nth term from the last term of the AP. There is another method which is little confusing. So, let us use this method, that is using the formula, that is nth term from the last term of the AP. It is given by L minus n minus 1 into D. Now, what is that? We have to find 20th term. They asked you to find the 20th term. So, 20th term from the last term of the AP is equal to, what is L? 253 minus, what is n? 20 minus 1 into, what is D? 5. So, it is 253 minus 19 5s are 95. So, when I subtract 253 minus 95, what do I get? I get 158. So, what is the 20th term from the last term of the AP? 158. Use this formula, which is very easy to find the nth term from the last always. Now, the 18th question, the sum of the 4th and 8th term of the AP is 24. Sum means adding, sum means addition, sum means addition. Sum of the 4th and 8th term of an AP is 24, which means A4 plus A8 is equal to 24. Sum of the 4th and 8th term is 24. And the next one is given, sum of 6th and 10th term is 44. What is sum of 6th and 10th term? A6 plus A10 is equal to 44. So, how do you write A4? A plus 3D plus what is A8? A plus 7D is equal to 24. What is A plus A? 2A plus 3D plus 7D is 10D is equal to 24. Since everything is divisible by 2, I divide by 2. So, I get A plus 5D is equal to 12. This is, I will mark it as equation number 1. Now, look at this, A6 plus A10. How do you write A6? A plus 5D. And what is A10? A plus 9D is equal to 44. So, A plus A is 2A plus what is 5D plus 9D? 14D is equal to 44. Again, everything is divisible by 2. So, I divide throughout by 2. So, A plus 7D is equal to 22. Now, this I mark it as equation number 2. Now, equation 1 and 2 are nothing but the pair of linear equation in 2 variables. So, I can use elimination method to solve and find A and D. They asked you to find the first 3 terms of the AP. For that, we need A and D. So, let us solve first and second equation using elimination method. A plus 5D is equal to 12. A plus 7D is equal to 22. So, to eliminate A, I subtract the equation. So, this is minus, this becomes minus, this also becomes minus. A and minus A gets cancelled. 5D minus 7D is minus 2D. 12 minus 22 is minus 10. Minus minus gets cancelled. So, D is equal to 10 by 2. From this, D is equal to 5. So, I found the common difference D as 5. Now, let me find A by substituting the value of D in one of the equations. Substitute D is equal to 5 in equation number 1. So, A plus 5D is equal to 12. So, A plus 5 into what is D? 5 is equal to 12. So, A plus what is 5 5s are 25 is equal to 12. From this, A is equal to 12 plus 25 goes that side minus 25. So, A is equal to minus 13. When you subtract 12 minus 25, what is that you get? Minus 13. So, we found the first term A is minus 13 and D is 5. they asked you to find the first 3 terms of the AP. They asked you to find the first 3 terms of the AP. So, we know the first term. Let us find the second and third term. So, what is second term? A2 is A plus D. What is A? Minus 13 plus D is 5. So, you get minus 8. What is A3? A2 with second term, if you add common difference also you get. So, minus 8 plus 5. So, that is equal to minus 3. So, what is the answer? You have to write the first 3 terms. So, the first 3 terms of the AP are, what is the first term? Minus 13, second term is minus 8 and the third term is minus 3. That is A1, A2 and A3. So, A1 we found, A or A1 both are one and the same. A or A1 is one and the same. That is the first term. So, minus 13, second term is minus 8 and third term is minus 3. Now, look at this 19th question. Subbarao started work in 1995 at an annual salary of rupees 5,000. So, what is its annual salary? That is for an year he was getting 5,000 rupees in 1995. So, in 1995 he was getting an annual salary of rupees 5,000 and received an increment of rupees 200 each year. Every year they used to give him an increment of 200. So, in which year did his income reach rupees 7,000? So, what is that given? He started working in 1995 at an annual salary of rupees 5,000. So, what was his salary in the year 1995? 5,000 rupees, and he received an increment of rupees 200 each year. So, every year they used to give him an increment of 200 rupees. So, in which year did his income reach rupees 7,000? Okay. So, what was his salary in the beginning? 5,000. So, let us form the AP. So, the AP is 5,000. First year he was getting 5,000. He was getting an increment of rupees 200 each year. So, the next year he would have got 5,000 plus 200, 5,200. And the next year again 5,200 plus 200 is 5,400, so on. And at one point he got how much salary? Rupees 7,000. So, this is what is the question. That is, he was getting a salary of 5,000 and every year he was getting 200 rupees increment. So, 5,000 plus 200 is 5,200. Another again next year he gets 5,400 and goes on up to 7,000. So, in which year he got this 7,000 rupees? So, for that we have to first write what is A here, 5,000. What is D? That is the common difference. Every year he was getting 200. So, D will be 200 rupees. So, at one point he was getting rupees 7,000. So, L is 7,000. So, what is that we have found? In which year? So, we need to find N. What is N? L minus A by D plus 1. So, what is L? 7,000 minus what is A? 5,000 by what is D? 200 plus 1. What is 7,000 minus 5,000? 2,000 by 200 plus 1. So, when you can simplify this, you get 10. 10 plus 1 is 11. So, what is N? 11. So, in which year did his income reach 7,000? In the 11th year. In 11th year, his income reached 11th year his income reached rupees 7,000. So, in which year his income reached rupees 7,000? In the 11th year. And the last question of this exercise, Ramkali saved rupees 5 in the first week of a year. So, she saved rupees 5 in the first week of the year and then increased her weekly savings by rupees 1.75. So, in the first week she saved rupees 5 and the next week onwards she started increasing her savings by 1.75 rupees. In the nth week her weekly savings became rupees 20.75. If in the nth week her weekly savings become rupees 20.75, then find N. So, what is that she did? She was saving rupees 5 in the first week. Then in the second week she increased it by 1.75. Again third week 1.75, like that. In the nth week her savings become 20.75. So, find N. So, the AP, as per the question, the AP is 5. Then she started increasing her savings by 1.75. So, it becomes 5 plus 1.75 is 6.75. Again she is the next week, third week, she increased again by 1.75, so it becomes 8.50, so on. and at one point it reached 20.75. At one point the savings reached 20.75. So the AP is 5, first week 5 rupees, second week 6.75, third week it is 8.50, and at one point it reached rupees 20.75. So in which week her savings reached 20.75. So here again, what is A? 5. What is D? We have to find, that is A2 minus A1. When you do that, you get 1.75, because that was the difference. Every week she was increasing her savings by rupees 1.75, and L is 20.75. So in the nth week her weekly savings reached rupees 20.75. So find N. So what is N formula? L minus A by D plus 1. What is L? 20.75 minus, what is A? 5 by what is D? 1.75 plus 1. So 20.75 minus 5 is 15.75 by 1.75 plus 1. Whenever there is a decimal place in the denominator, when you do division with the decimal, so we remove the decimal by multiplying by the number 100 or 1000 as per the decimal places. Here there are 2 decimal places, so I multiply the numerator and denominator by 100. I multiply the numerator and denominator by 100. So when I multiply the numerator and denominator by 100, 15.75 into 100 becomes 1575 by 1.75 into 100 is 175 plus 1. So 1575, when I divide by 175, I have to try which number it comes. Shall I try 7 times? 5 sevens are 35, 3, 7 sevens are 49, 52, 5, 1, 2, 2, 5. No. So I will try 175 into 9 times. 5 nines are 45, 4, 9 sevens are 63 plus 4, 67, 6, 9 ones are 9, 1575. So 175, 9 times is 1575. So the remainder is 0. So when I divide this, you have to do it in rough column always, right? This you have to do it in rough column always. Okay. So 1575 divided by 175 is nothing but what is the answer? I got 9. So 9 plus 1. So 9 plus 1 is 10. So in which week her weekly savings become 20.75? 10th week. They asked what is N value. So answer, N is equal to 10. Hope it's clear, children.